In this video, I am going to show you how to register for IELTS. Most people have been reaching out to me trying to find out how the process goes, and I have dedicated this video to taking them through the actual IELTS registration process. So if you are interested in this video, then come with me. If you are a Ghanaian nurse and you are aspiring to write IELTS, you have to register for this particular exams because it's one of the requirements for people who want to actually practice nursing in the UK, Canada, USA, or Australia. And my motivation for making this video comes from people who have been reaching out to me to show them how to go about this process. Unfortunately, I had the registration the hard way, but then I think I also have to spend time to make this video to help people who are about registering for IELTS so that they don't actually go through the stress I went through during my registration process. So before that, if you are new on this channel, I usually talk about IELTS, nursing abroad, and lifestyle. If you want to get more of my videos, what I will introduce you to do is that subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of my videos. When you subscribe, what you've done is that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first person to have it. So now I'm going to show you how to do that with the laptop. You actually see everything live and colored here. There are basically 5 processes you have to go through to register for IELTS. But before you do that, there are certain requirements you have to have at your disposal. First of all, you should have a Gmail account or an email address, probably, which I believe you have. If you haven't gotten one yet, I would want you to pause this video, just create one and you are good to go. Now, once you have your email address, you also have to get your postal address in place, and you also have to get a national ID. Probably it can be a passport or the Ghana card. Unfortunately, driver's license are not acceptable, voter's ID card isn't acceptable, and your student ID isn't acceptable for the registration. So you can either have for yourself a passport or the Ghana card. These are the 2 acceptable ID cards you can use for the registration. And the most important thing is that if you should use your passport for the registration, what this means is that once your test date is due, you have to present that same ID card you used for the registration at the test center. You have to take note of this. Okay, so let's zoom into it. So the first thing you have to do when it comes to the registration is to open up your browser. So I'm going to use the Chrome browser. Now once your browser is ready, just type in the search button British Council Ghana. And then press your enter button. So now that this web page is open up to us, we are going to select the first one here, British Council Ghana. Now you move to register for IELTS now. And then book your test at an official IELTS test center. So the process is ready to begin. You see, the first thing you have to consider is to choose the test type. We have the IELTS academic. So as you are seeing on the screen, you have the IELTS general training, and you have the UKVI or the IELTS life skills. But then mostly nurses are required to sit for IELTS academic. It's not basically about nurses, but nurses, doctors, those people in the health profession are to sit for IELTS academic. So that is what we are going to choose for now, since I'm preparing this video for nurses who want to register for IELTS. So once you are actually setting on the type of IELTS you want to write, you just go to book now. But then you should take note of the amount you have to pay or the fee involved, which is 1,727 Ghana cedis. So when you are convinced, you go to book now. So here, the next thing we are going to do is to choose the IELTS test center. We are going to choose the IELTS test center. In Ghana, there are 3 main IELTS test centers. We have one in Accra, which is the British Council Ghana, Accra. And we have one in Adum, Kumasi, which is in the Ashanti region. And we have one in Tamale. So whichever test center you prefer, you have to choose as such. ideally you should choose a test center that is closer to where you live. Because during the test day you should be able to reach the test center on time in order to familiarize yourself with the environment. So all these factors must be inculcated to choose the appropriate test center for your test. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to choose Accra as my test center. Now that my test center has been chosen, the next thing we are going to do here is to choose the IELTS test format. You see, when you choose IELTS Academic, it comes in two forms. We have the paper-based test and then the computer-based test. When you choose the paper-based test, what this means is that you are going to do the exams on the paper, probably all the 4 aspects on the paper. And when you choose the computer-based test, you are going to do all the 4 aspects of the IELTS on the computer. So depending on your preferences, you choose as such. I usually prefer to go for the paper-based IELTS test. So for the sake of this video, we are going to choose IELTS on paper. And with that, what happens here is that the results come in 13 days. But then if you should do the computer-based test, the results comes in 3 to 5 days. So you choose based on your preference. If you are that person who isn't good at using the computer, you are not a fast typer, then you should think of choosing the paper-based test. But then if you are good at typing, if you are a fast typer, then the computer-based test will be the preferred one for you. And you can also choose based on the number of days you want to have your results. If you want to have your results as fast as possible, then the computer-based test is the preferred one. But if you can still wait for the 2 weeks or the 13 days, then the paper-based test is also the right one for you. So you have to weigh the factors and then choose as such. So for the sake of this video, I am going to choose the IELTS on paper. What this means is that at the end of the day, we have our results in 13 days time. So now we are going to choose the test dates. And this is very necessary because the date you choose is the day for your test. For example, if I should choose 25th September, what this means is that is the day I'll be going to sit for the test. And I should choose the date according to your preparation duration. How long you can prepare for the exams. So if you can prepare for 2 weeks, probably choose a 2 weeks test date. If you can prepare for 1 month, probably choose 1 month test date. And if you can prepare for a year, make sure you choose a date in accordance. So let's look at how to properly choose the date. So to choose the date for your IELTS, you just have to click on any one of these, show me all dates. Let me choose the date, but probably I usually prefer to go for the first one. So once that is clicked, go to search for test. So here you get to know all the dates you can sit for the IELTS. So the first one here, the earliest date here is 21st August, probably from 9 to 12:30, and we have September 4th. We also have September 25th and October 9th. So you can choose whichever you want. Probably if you are not cool with all these dates, you can still go further to choose a later date. So now I'm going to choose one of the dates according to my preference or how well I think I can prepare for the IELTS. I'm not happy choosing a date in August because it's too close. September, I'm not happy. Let me go to October and see if there's a date. Okay, so in October, I can book the test for 9th October, 23rd October. So these are basically the 2 dates in October. So I'll go for 9th October. But then should I choose 9th October, the time for the test is from 9 o'clock to 12:30. And then I'm going to do the paper-based test. And on the 9th, one thing I want you to take notice, you'll be doing the listening, reading, writing test. These are basically the 3 tests you'll be doing on the 9th. And on the 6th, so what this means is that once you write the listening, reading and writing test on the 9th of October, you would probably sit for your speaking test earlier than the 9th, which is on the 6th of October. And the time here is 12:40 to 1 o'clock. So you have to probably take that into consideration. So what this means is that you'll be writing your speaking test before the listening, the reading and the writing test. So if you're not comfortable with this, then you have to explore to actually go through what really befits you. And the speaking test you can do face to face or the virtual one. So for example, you can see that we have the virtual one, that is the video call. You understand? Just as you'll be doing a Zoom meeting or something like that. So if you are not happy with the face-to-face, you can still book a date that has the virtual the video call speaking test. Yeah, but I prefer the face-to-face, so I'll still stick to the 9th October. Once I'm happy with it, I'll click here. Now, what you have to do here is to create an account with the British Council Ghana. So that's why everyone mentioned that you need certain requirements like your email address, your password, and probably your postal address. So once you have them, then you are good to go for this particular session. So I'm going to start to enter my details. Probably you can enter your details as well if you are following this video alongside your registration. So first of all, I'm going to input my email address. So once here, you are going to choose your preferred ID type, and it can be a passport or the Ghana card. So I prefer to use the passport. So now, once you choose your preferred ID card, you have to enter the ID card number. So let's say this is my number. Now you have to enter the expiry date. And then the year of expiry. So let's say 2022. Issuing authority, probably where was it issued? Save and continue. So now they are going to ask you about your profile. So with this, you have to enter your profile. So now you are going to actually provide your profile, and your profile they are required to. So now you are going to provide your profile, and here they are requesting for your first language. So what's your first language? Let's go through the options and see. We have Akan. So probably Akan is my first language, so I'll choose that. How many years have you been studying English? So let's say 8 years. What level of education have you completed? Degree or equivalent. At this particular point, they are going to give you a review of all the information you entered into the registration. So you can actually see the type of IELTS you are writing, IELTS Academy, the date, and then the test center, and as well as actually your other details, including your name, date of birth, your identification, and the number, the required amount of fee you have to pay, and a whole lot. So here you have to accept their terms and conditions by clicking this box here. And once you are through with that, or once you are convinced with all the review, what you have to do is to book and pay now, or you book now and pay later. But one thing you should understand is that the fact that you have registered, you have entered your details here, doesn't mean you have booked the test. Your seat hasn't been reserved for you yet until you have made payment. So you have to take note of that. So for now, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to book and pay now. So you can say book now and pay later. Alright, so let's click on that. So that's basically it. So it says congratulations, your IELTS test is booked. We have sent you a confirmation of this booking to your email address. So that's basically how to go about the whole process. Okay, so this is your reference number, the amount you have to pay, and it states here that you have 2 working days to make payments, otherwise your registration will be considered as invalid. So you just have to take note. For now, you may not have the money at your disposal. You can book it and pay later, but I shouldn't exceed 2 days. If it does, then it means that your seat or your test center would actually forfeit your test date for someone else. So you have to take note of that. So this is basically how to book for IELTS. In case there's something about this video you didn't understand, I would want you to leave that in the comment section and I'll quickly give an answer to this. If this video has been very helpful, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and then share to as many people as you can. I also want to promise you that I'll be coming up with a video on how to register with the UK NMC. So if you're interested, keep tuned to my channel because there are a lot of things, there are a lot of good videos I'm about making, which I believe will go a long way to enlighten your path. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, okay? And before I take leave of you, I want to bring to your notice that if you're having difficulty with the writing test, the IELTS writing test, I've started a course on my channel and probably I'm on the 3rd episode. I just feel like taking you through how to perfectly write the writing task 1, so that at least you can get a preferred band score and not waste away money, time and energy. So if you're interested, I'll leave the links in the description box below. Just check them out, and I believe that the videos will go a long way to help you. I'm also coming up with videos on the listening test, reading test, and then the speaking test. I prefer to share my experience with you since I wrote IELTS and passed once. So to have all this at your disposal, I want you to subscribe and then hit the notification bell so anytime I upload a new video, YouTube will quickly notify you. Thank you very much for having time to watch me.